Two more members of our beloved island community join me right now on the KUM couch, and they want to serve you as senators in the 37th Guam legislature. The day for the election is coming up real quick, so we cannot wait to hear the thoughts and strategies of Mana Silva Taijeron, who wants to return to the Guam legislature. It's been about a decade, Mana, since you've been...
It's been exactly a decade.
It's also been been about a decade since you and I sat down and had a good conversation.
I watch you every day.
Well, thank you.
Yes, I'm always paying attention to what KUM's up to. So
well, hopefully we'll be able to cover you in the legislature every day like we used to.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and congratulations to the both of you. Dwayne, so Nicolas, we've been working with you now for like a couple years. And Jay Goodman, fantastic company. And it's that smile, that laugh, you know, just that good vibe and everything. And I got to say, the beard is top notch, man. I'd pick that over ZZ Top any day.
Thank you.
That is a world-class beard. I love that. Okay, so we're gonna start with Mana and go inside out. And we'd like to give each of you 1 minute in that camera right there, just to talk about your platform and who you are, please.
Well, I'm Mana Silva Taijeron. I'm a former senator. I've served in the 31st Guam legislature, looking for possibly another term if you elect me. Number 10 on the ballot, you'll see Mary Ann Silva Taijeron, Mary Ann Mana Silva Taijeron. You know, the law has changed, so we have to use our government name, our legal name. So that is the name that you look for, number 10 on the Republican side.
We're all learning something new right now. I had no idea your real name was Mary Ann.
Yes, it is. Usually just the banks know, and you know, former teachers, classmates from elementary school.
Very nice. Yeah. Okay, well, Mary Ann, congratulations to you and your family on your candidacy, and best of luck to you. All right, Dwayne so Nicolas, you have 1 minute to tell people about you.
Yes, sir. Okay, my name is Dwayne so Nicolas, Dwayne Thomas Diaz so Nicolas. Most of you know me as Jay Goodman or Mr. Goodman. I'm married to Aline so Nicolas. I have 4 kids. I got a U.S. Marine Corps NCO, U.S. Army Reserve officer, just graduated. I have a son in high school and a daughter who's a social worker. So we got a family of patriots. I'm a former customs officer, a former school counselor. I'm a veteran, and I run Jay Goodman, and I'm Santa Claus.
Yes.
He literally is Santa Claus.
That's my favorite job.
Yeah.
So we founded Jay Goodman as a way for me to be Santa Claus all year round, and I love it. And I just want to thank all the people out there who made us a success.
Can people call you, if elected, Dwayne, can they call you Senator Santa?
Oh yeah, Senator Santa. And I'm encouraging more Santas to run. I think there's only 2 of us in the nation. One's up in the North Pole, and he's actually running for Congress.
There you go.
And me. I'm running for senator.
Well, hopefully if you get elected, you'll have 2 jobs that you got to do this December and everything. So best of luck to you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so let's get to the Q&A part, and we'll start with Mana Silva, of course, representing the Republican Party of Guam. Mana, you said since the 31st Guam legislature, your first term, so much of the world has changed in so many ways. Do you want to focus on the same issues that you based your first term on, and dedicate your effort and your energy towards that, or do you kind of want to shift focus and say there are different things affecting our island right now, and that's what deserves your attention?
Well, there are different things, but my focus will be again economic development as the primary focus. In the last 10 years, I've had the opportunity to work under the Calvo administration with the Guam Economic Development Authority. I feel it gave me a whole bunch of experience and knowledge working with those professionals over at IGITA. And you know, I would really like to look at the opportunities that are ahead, like increasing or bringing new industries to Guam, increasing opportunities for our people, building more jobs for our people. And I think there are just so many different things that we could look at. I was successful in my first term introducing a law actually that expands green technology for Guam, offering qualifying certificates to entice some investments here in that industry.
And that's huge now.
Yeah, and I think we can take it a bit further and go more toward a technology and building up on there and get more opportunities in that regard. All
right, very nice. Well said. All right, Dwayne so Nicolas, obviously you've carved out a niche for yourself in our tightly knit island community as being, a nice guy. Yeah. How do you bring that persona and that general attitude and temperament about yourself to a profession where you're going to have to make really tough decisions? You're going to have to argue and probably get into little verbal squabbles, with your colleagues in the legislature to figure out what the best solutions are for Guam. So
verbal squabbles? I don't know how to do verbal squabbles. What I do know is how to bring people together and to find common ground and to try to work together. I feel that's my greatest strength is giving people that positivity, and then having them all come together with that same notion. And we just got to find a way to make things better for us. I've always wanted just good government and a great society. So some of the stuff that I even talk about don't even require legislation, Sometimes it just needs somebody out there to listen and to give advice and say, hey, this is the direction we want to go in. And that's the kind of energy and I guess the platform, honesty, compassion, and kindness that I want to bring, not only to the legislature, but to the entire island.
There you go. And you said you're a father of four. So
Father of four.
There are no better managers in the world, mark my words, everybody, than parents. Organizational behavior, financial management, you get it all when you're a daddy.
Crisis management.
Crisis management.
Low-key Department of Corrections too, getting him to keep still.
Yeah.
That's a completely different interview in and of itself. So let's get to Mana's second question.
Okay.
We of course as a community, we very proudly celebrated the fact that when the current legislation took office, it was the first time the majority of women were in there. So talk to me about your thoughts on what women bring to leadership positions. And there's so many issues right now that affect women. The abortion issue obviously is the one that comes to mind in the headlines. But what about being a female leader is important to you, and how do you bring that to the legislature?
Well, I think just because we are a matriarchal society, we kind of have the mother as the leading role. I think we come in with compassion, not to say that the males don't. We come in with a different sort of compassion, a different focus or a different point of view. It's nice that we see a lot more women getting involved in politics and wanting to lead and set new policies for our island. I hope it encourages even younger women to be interested and get involved in just growing the island and just setting the direction for our future generations.
And Mana, come on, man, we're all 26,
Uh,
We're all still
yeah, times two.
There you go. We've also got like Walkmans and we're walking around like. All right, Dwayne, your second question. You're also a former customs officer,
yes, sir.
as you indicated.
Right.
How will you help that agency in stopping bad substances for coming into Guam? Illegal drugs, contraband, and things of that nature.
Well, you know what? They need the manpower. That's what they do need. And when I was over there and I was a customs officer supervisor, I was a captain there. And every year I'd always tell them, hang in there, things are going to get better. Hang in there, things are going to get better. We train these guys. They're very well trained. And it's so easy for them to jump the fence and go to greener pastures with the federal government. And I've always wanted to stop that as a supervisor. There's only so much you can do, especially when somebody needs to put food on their table or a roof over their head. So trying to make sure that we get them, we fill customs full of manpower, and we pay them properly so that they stay and they protect our island. I always tell them, let's do our job so that people can sleep good at night. And I always say, hang in there, things are going to get better.
Many hands make light work, as they say.
Yeah.
All right, very well said, Dwayne St. Nicolas. All right, Mana, your final question. I've known you for such a long time. You were a very long time journalist, a very, very good one.
Well, thank you.
But you're very welcome. Relative to your work in public service, right? How is the Mana Silva Taijeron that's sitting before us, like right now? Is she in any way different than the Mana Silva that we last knew when you were in office? Have you?
I think I've grown a lot. I've experienced more. Again, my time at GITA has given me a lot of knowledge and experience, understanding some of the issues and some of the things, even in the government, that can be fixed, that can be worked out, and especially as we want to entice new industries and new businesses to start up and grow, even our local businesses. What are some of the government hurdles that we can do away with or correct so that doing business on Guam is easier? What I've seen in the last couple of years is an insurgence of entrepreneurism. And it's really a wonderful thing to see people being so resourceful. They come up with these products just, in their backyards, in their kitchens and stuff. And how do we grow those? How do we send them off island and become an export? Or let's stop just selling things here on Guam. How do we send some of our local products off island? And these are the things that we worked on at GITA, is marketing our local products to off island places that could even buy our produce. And how do we expand just beyond just our government tourism, reliance on tourism, and our reliance on the military?
All right, very well said, Miss Marianne. Thank you.
Okay,
so Dwayne, Jay Goodman, you ship off island, correct?
Yes, we ship off
there you
island.
go.
Yeah, one
Perfect
of
illustration of Mana's point.
That's
Exactly.
a perfect, because our first ever product that we sent out from Guam was to Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Somebody ordered online from Puerto Rico, and we ended up sending because we're not only just J. Goodman a company, we're also J. Goodman a brand, a brand of solar lights, a brand of paper towel and toilet tissue, all biodegradable and made of bamboo, a sustainable resource. So
well done.
we send a good load of that stuff to other parts of Marianas, but I'm very proud of that first order from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
The other U.S. territory.
Very nice. Okay, here's your final question. Well, okay, looking up again your LinkedIn profile. Of course, you served in the U.S. Army, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You were 11 Bravo.
11 Bravo. Yeah.
Infantryman.
Oh, infantry. Yes.
There, can I get an hoorah from you?
Oh, hooah, hooah,
Hooah! There you go. Infantry all the way.
Infantry.
All right.
Hooah.
Now,
Follow
of course.
me.
Now, of that being the case, naturally you know how to fight,
Yes.
right? What are you going to do, given again that approach? How are you going to fight for your fellow veterans who have maybe been, had their benefits like unjustly kept from them?
Well, I'm a 100% service disabled veteran. I brought my case with the VA. I know how to manage, and go through the system, and having that ability to understand the system, I'm able to help, other veterans and point them in the right direction, concerning VA, the VA and veterans benefits. But I know that what the veterans are concerned of is basically what everybody else is concerned about. Access to better health care, access to better, facilities, and whatever the concerns the veterans really just concern the public in general. So if I'm fighting for the public, I'm fighting for the veterans too. So you got me on that.
Absolutely, you've got their back.
I got them. Yeah, they got my 6.
There you go. They got you. They got your 6. Very well said.
6, yeah.
That spoken as a life. Once you're in infantry, you're always infantry. There
Yep.
you go.
Cool.
Okay, we've got time for one more bonus question, and Mana, I'd like to give you this. A little bit something about yourself that I know. What is your go-to, Mana Silva Taijeron, your go-to karaoke song? Because you have an amazing singing voice. This I know.
I guess it would have to be "I Will Survive," Gloria Gaynor. Don't ask me to sing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's at least a three octave vocal range, Mana.
We have a karaoke in our living room, so we just kind of practice every once in a while, so
There
that
you
when we
go.
go out to the karaoke places, we can jam.
That's that's
No,
a
it's
testament of
very
life.
it's very stress relieving, and it's I just like to unwind, sing some tunes.
That's maybe.
Oftentimes I don't have tint on my car, so you can see me belting out my songs.
Just one note. I will survive.
At first I was afraid. I was petrified.
Nice.
Whoa.
That's all you get.
Woo.
High five.
Oh, now go! Walk out the door! You're gonna get me
Just
started
turn
on this.
around now.
There you go. Okay, well, Pete Anderson's gonna set up like the disco ball and like the lights and everything like that. But while he does that, Dwayne, what about Santa Claus?
Santa Claus.
Yeah, and embodying Santa
My
Claus.
kids love him.
Yeah, so
We look
tell me,
forward to seeing
tell
it.
me about how that got started.
I've had this cheery attitude for the longest time, and so somebody approached my wife at the Navy Exchange and says, your husband would make a great Santa Claus. Why don't you call him and bring him in here? So I applied and I got the job, and everybody loved it, and so I just continued to be Santa Claus because it makes people happy, and that's all I've ever wanted to do. Just
He
to
really
make people
has
happy.
been the cheery guy. When we would have the Customs Christmas parties, he was the MC, so he was always
Always cheery, yeah.
very good at building the morale.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's right.
congratulations to the both of you, your teams, your families. You're both very, very amazing Guamanians, and we wish you both the best in your candidacy. We'll see you on the campaign trail. We'll have you back on the KUM couch
Yay.
in
Well,
the
thank you
future.
to KUAM for having us here.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. So, Dwayne St. Nicolas and Mana Silva Taijeron, everybody, please stay tuned because the hotspot will conclude when we're done right after this.
Mark your calendars for the Father Duenas Memorial